Well, this freezing day is great for showing off these wind sculptures. I'm here with Judith and Rachel Smith. Not only are you mother-daughter, but you're also co-owners of the Giving Tree Gallery. Now, let's talk about that. That's a great name. Tell me how that came about.
Well, I was still in high school when Judith wanted to take me to show me this piece of land she saw and said, I see an art gallery here, sculpture gardens. And I said, where? I couldn't see it. She said, no, trust me, I see it. What should we name it? And I said, well, how about The Giving Tree? As it was the first book I ever learned to read. But also had the story about giving and not getting anything back, and I was panicked. That's what would happen. But sure enough, she started to carve out these gardens and invited local sculptors to come put their work here. Barry Pinsky was the first. He did chainsaw art. But later, national artists would come. Lyman Whitaker, the wind sculptor, is well known for his wind sculptures. Greg Ritchie's is from Tennessee. Lisa Hurwitz from Philadelphia just started to build. And they came. It's where art and nature meet. So she gave them a place and they came with their art.
So in your case, build it and they will come. It took a while, though. And now you have beautiful gardens, beautiful display areas, but you also sell jewelry here. So when did that come about, and how did that come about?
Marcy cleaning up after Barry one day and found some pieces of wood, started to carve them, make some bangles, and people wanted to buy them. And so she started selling jewelry, and then a national artist named Denise Hare came to put some pieces here, and Judith decided to do a website for her. Then Janine got an article in People magazine, and the next thing we knew, we had a web business too.
Okay. So you had the jewelry business, you had the sculpture business, and you had beautiful gardens to display the work. So why don't we start there and take a look at some of these gardens with the sculpture?
Yeah, okay.
Well, Judith and Rachel, now we're in front of a beautiful pond, and I love the sound of the water. But I just have to ask, was this pond here originally, or did this get added too?
This got added too. This area was all wooded when I bought it. Actually, a lot of the bamboo also is invasive in this area. But we cleared everything. I worked with Barry Pinsky, who was one of my first artists, and we dug the pond, collected all the rocks from the construction site, and got what we have here.
Literally a labor of love.
Definitely a labor of love.
Now, I also noticed the artwork incorporated in and around the pond. Talk about that.
I love this area specifically because there are little things hidden. There's a little bronze sculpture in the waterfall, and that fountain is by a local artist named Stephen Lynch, but it's been there for a while, so it's gotten that great patina, kind of the green color. And I love that one of our philosophies here is to kind of let the art get kind of sunk into nature and kind of seasoned and not be treated like it shouldn't be touched or put up on a pedestal. It kind of just incorporates itself into the setting and gets a great look, I think.
Well, it's really where the art and the nature come together.
Exactly.
One of the elements I love about garden rooms is that they have their own look and feel. And you have done a great job with that all throughout these gardens, because literally we're just a few feet away from the pond, and there it had the sound and the water, but here we are in a completely different space that has its own look and feel. Talk about that.
Well, not only are we a few feet from the pond, but we're a few feet from the main road of Cape Cod, and yet, because we carved out this little nook in the bamboo, we call this our garden of soft solitude, because the third element of art and nature are people that come and actually build memories here and say they come every year on their trip to Cape Cod because they've really maintained a relationship with the place. And so we'll actually make a full circle and end up with those wind sculptures again, but before we get there, we've got this journey along the marsh that's pretty spectacular.
And now, are you sending me out on this journey all by myself? It sounds a little scary.
I'll go with you, but it is a good adventure.
So if you depart, and we'll go through the Asian entranceway into the bamboo, and then into another meditation garden where we've actually laid down the glass from one of our glass floors, all his mistakes we've incorporated in, to our meditation garden, and there's also a labyrinth to walk. And then you're confronted in a perfect way with the Swarton Creek Marsh and a huge vista of the landscape and the tide coming up and down. So it changes all the time. It looks different at any point during the day. And if you walk along that for a little while, and Doug, we have this great landscape artist that works with Judith, Doug Irving, has really done a great job creating the path and working with the marsh to create this journey which brings you to a 52-foot long suspension bridge right out of Indiana Jones. Actually, could be a little dangerous if you weren't hitting the ground when you walk. It's not that bad. And then you'll end up back in the wind sculpture garden where we started.
Well, Rachel, Judith, you were true to your words. You got me back here safe and sound. So I guess I do need to do some shopping now, right?
Oh, please do. You get to get the thing.
Well, I know you do. Before I do that, though, I want to thank you both for your time. You have a beautiful shop and beautiful gardens, and this was a real treat. Thanks so much.
It was our pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
In 2006, we're having a land